start with the latest team news, please?
Well, overall from the other night, I think we lose Ramsey. And Giroud has a test. Giroud should be all right. And maybe Welbeck will come back into the group. And that's basically it.
So Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain should be okay.
Chamberlain has a test today as well. But I think he will be all right.
What's the mood been like in the group since that?
Players were very down and frustrated, of course.
And not won at Stamford Bridge since 2011. What's the best way to change that tomorrow?
To score more goals than Chelsea.
Morning, Arsene. First of all, just on Ramsey, you say he's going to be out. Do you know how long he's going to be out for?
Would say 21 days.
21 days or 3 weeks. So how does that leave you in terms of the midfield position? Are you concerned at all going to a crucial period of the season?
Yes, we are a bit short at the moment, but I think we have young players who can do well in there. We have Adelaide, we have of course Maitland-Niles, we have Chamberlain, Iwobi can play in there. El Neni will come back after Sunday. So I still have, I think, some strengths.
Are there any regrets at all? There's not a recall clause in Jack Wilshere's deal to be on loan at Bournemouth?
No, I think we have agreed for him to go for 1 year on loan, and we'll accept that.
Could you do with him back at the moment? Could you do with having him back at the moment?
Well, yes, but when you consider a problem of a year, you know, I would like to reiterate here that we didn't push him out. He wanted to go somewhere and play, and I agreed with that. He wanted to go because he saw the level of a competitive players we had in midfield, and let's not forget that we have as well Xhaka at the moment suspended, you know, so there's a huge level of competition, and I accepted to let him go, and we have to deal with the consequences of that.
I understand you gave the players a couple of days off after the Watford game. Well, you often hear of
no, we had not a couple of days off. We were in on Wednesday.
They had some time off at all?
Yesterday, but we had not a couple of days off. We had 1 day off.
Was that specifically as a reaction to the Watford, just to give them a bit of time off, or was that planned anyway?
That was always planned.
Okay. You're not in the dugout this weekend, or it's the third of the four-match ban that you've had. Are you happy with where you're being positioned at Stamford Bridge, and how will you manage to communicate with the bench from where you're going to be?
Look, I managed to communicate, yes. We sorted it out with Chelsea. I'm happy to be on the same side than my assistants, you know, and overall, yes, I can communicate. I lose a bit direct impact and can compensate that by better vision.
Sorry, you talked about you lose a bit of impact. Is it a crucial stage of the season to not be on the bench, do you feel? It's proving a bit, it could prove quite decisive in terms of Arsenal's season?
Look, I don't think that will have a huge impact. I trust completely my assistant Steve Ball to give the right directives to the players, and overall I don't think that will have an explanation for our defeat on Tuesday night.
This match against Chelsea, the way people are looking at the moment, if you don't win this, does that rule you out completely of the title race?
I don't know, but you know, in a press conference you have always to deal with the if and with the tragic consequences, but I believe the most important is that we turn up with a positive performance. We have shown that we can beat Chelsea in the first game, so let's turn up with the same quality and show a straight response, because what is at stake here is how well we respond in a united way and a very determined way, and get there and play our game.
It was a slow start against Watford. We found ourselves 2 goals down quite early. Is there anything you can do differently to make sure that the players are really at it from the first whistle against Chelsea?
I think naturally we will be more on alert when we were against Watford, and overall I believe that in this game we have more to rebuild united strengths to go into this game when being on the edge of our concentration. I think we will naturally be.
Can I just ask you a more general question? I think we're asking most people today, just a response to Frank Lampard's retirement from football. I mean, you'll have seen him across his career throughout the Premier League years and so on. Where does he stand amongst Premier League midfielders?
Amongst the top. I think he was a huge player, and the consistency of his performances through the years was absolutely unbelievable. And I think I've seen him start at West Ham, and honestly, I would not have bet that he would make a career of that caliber, you know, but that shows, first of all, that he was focused, motivated, intelligent, and had a huge stamina in his desire to play, you know, and that he had as well a quality that you cannot give to players. He got in the box, had the right timing, and he was a great finisher, because when he hit the ball, it was never in the stand, it was always on target, and that's why he scored so many goals. So he's a huge player who stops today, but I think for England, for the Premier League, he had already stopped. He was been in the States, but of course he has been absolutely tremendous.
Just last one from me. If I can ask you about a player you've been linked with, Kylian Mbappe. I think you described him as potentially a new Henry, or certainly that's the word someone would use. I mean,
yes, similarities to Thierry Henry. Yes, first of all, he's from the Caribbean as well, and he has a huge talent. He plays for Monaco, and Thierry Henry played for Monaco, and you could see, when I was in Monaco, I could see in Thierry Henry similarities, yes. But of course, after that, what makes the career after is the mental aspect that Thierry had, and this young boy has to show that he has similar qualities to, as well on the mental front, that Thierry had.
And you'd like to have him here?
Look, it was at stake last season, but he decided to stay where he was.
Arsene, do the players have to take more responsibility for the way they started the game on Tuesday night? I mean, it was similar to the game last season against Swansea, when you lost that as well. I mean, you can't do it all, so do the players have to step up to the mark in the way they prepare?
Yes, of course, and the players know that. You know, we try to prepare them as well as we can, and I think we did a big effort to prepare well for Tuesday night, but subconsciously it wasn't there. I must say as well, we were punished and by the fact that in the first, after 13 minutes, we're down 2-0, you know. Everything went against us on the night, and you could not say that in the preparation of a game I didn't detect any lack of concentration from the players.
Do you think your record at Chelsea hasn't been great? Do you think the Chelsea players have got a mental hold over your players playing at Stamford Bridge?
The history gives always confidence to a team, yes, and for years I think we had to sell our best players, and Chelsea bought the best players in the world, you know, and they had a fantastic team for a while, and what they have rebuilt now again, and but we changed this run by beating them at home, and we have another opportunity to change this run again away from home tomorrow.
You mentioned that game when you beat Chelsea 3-0. Are you surprised that they went on that 13-game winning streak, and do you need to do that to win the title?
I don't know. I think when we beat them 3-0, I didn't expect them to go 13 games unbeaten. No, you're right. But I feel they found a better balance defensively. They are very good in transition, and I believe watching them, watch their game against Liverpool, that N'Golo Kante had a huge impact in their team, and that basically it's not coincidence that they are in the position they are, and that Leicester was in the position where they were last year, and that Hazard and Costa have come back to a very strong form compared to last season, and so are very efficient when they go forward.
And in terms of yourself, with your contract, do you want to stay further than the year you've got left?
Look, what is at stake today and what is our focus today is tomorrow's game, and that's the only thing I think about.
Arsene, going back to that 3-0 win over Chelsea, Nemanja Matic called that Chelsea's wake-up call, and we saw them obviously change formation and go on that.
Maybe, yes, for them it was a little bit a wake-up call, and that they changed. Kante managed to change things and in the right way. I believe as well they benefit a little bit from the fact they are not in Europe, not in Europa League, not in the Champions League, and they can prepare properly. You know, if they want to change the system, they can work all week. And that gave Conte time to prepare, to know better the players, and that certainly helped. And the integration, as I just said, of N'Golo Kante had a huge impact.
Do you think perhaps the Watford game could have been Arsenal's wake-up call, or do you feel that the players need a bit of a wake-up call? I know you sort of...
I didn't feel that, no. I feel it can have... it is an opportunity to have a wake-up call for us, but I didn't feel that we needed one, honestly.
What about in terms of the next fortnight or so? This is pretty much season-defining for you. You've got 3 different games in 3 different competitions, and obviously, you know, a loss to Chelsea, not doing well against Bayern, and coming out, heaven forbid, against Sutton.
Yes, you know, but that's competition. You know, if you do not, when you accept to competition and when you want to be at the highest level, you have to accept that you have defining moments, defining games, and if you don't want that, if you don't want that pressure, it's better you don't compete. It's work in an administration and have every day less ups and downs, you know. But we have accepted this job, and the beauty of this job is as well that you can have highs, and that's what you want to focus on.
Have you prepared the players any differently because it's such an important couple of weeks?
I believe that first of all we want to recover from our disappointment, and everybody knows that it's inside the club. I think the team is healthy, united, and has a desire to put things right straight away. So on that front, I think everybody's focused on tomorrow's game.
So how much of your job this week's been psychological after Tuesday night?
Sorry?
How much of your job's been psychological with the players?
It's mainly because, as you said, you have to recover from the game, so you have 4 days, you know, and you have it's mainly mental to prepare and tactical to prepare well the team for tomorrow's game.
And when you get them in on the Wednesday, what's their mood? Are they angry? Are they upset? Are they down?
Of course. You're not at that level if you don't care about winning or losing. You know, these guys, they are, of course, highly concerned and highly disappointed when they don't win. And at our level, it's we live from winning, from a desire to win. And when we don't, we are, of course, frustrated and angry.
Are you confident that self-belief is there to go and win a game of this magnitude?
Yeah, of course.
Why gives you that belief?
Why not? You know, if you look at our recent record, I think we have played some fantastic games, and even on Tuesday night, we had not a disastrous performance. We had just missed the first 10, 15 minutes, but after that, I think we produced a decent performance and could have come back.
You said you had the players in on Wednesday but gave them Thursday off. That was, I think, always the plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Could you just tell us the thinking about that?
No. We do our job, and we do it like we think we have. I have to do it, and we have not to explain too much.
You talked quite glowingly about Kante a couple of times already. Did you ever look to sign him?
Yes.
When Chelsea went in?
When he was in France, when he was at Leicester.
What happened?
There again, we cannot explain you absolutely everything, but it's quite obvious when you look where he has gone. I do not want to talk more about that. You know, transfers is transfers. You cannot explain absolutely everything.
Thank you very much. Take the microphones out, please.